On Remembrance Weekend, Ben Parkinson makes sure his poppy is firmly in place. A bomb in Afghanistan left him brain damaged and a double amputee. He's been going through intense rehabilitation, but his morale has suffered a setback. He and his family are upset after reading a leaked memo sent to senior commanders in Afghanistan suggesting wounded soldiers would be made redundant from the army.
We know that with the incredible numbers of wounded that there are, that yes, there are going to have to be tough decisions made, but it's who decides when that time's right. It's got to be when a soldier's rehab's finished, when his career progression is in place. You cannot just tip these boys out to an uncertain future.
All the way down, good lad.
The Ministry of Defence has robustly denied that the leaked memo is factually correct. It was quoted by the Telegraph newspaper stating that 2,500 wounded soldiers would not be spared in the ongoing defence cuts.
We have no plans to change the arrangements for dealing with personnel who've been injured. Anyone who is injured, who is undergoing medical treatment, will not be eligible for consideration for a redundancy programme so long as that medical treatment is underway.
Head of Manning for the Army, Brigadier Richard Nugee, says it wasn't an official document and was written by a junior officer. He, along with the rest of the MOD, is angry it was allowed to circulate amongst senior officers in Afghanistan.
It was a young captain, as we understand it, who was writing from a reported telephone conversation, as I understand it, to his superiors in Helmand to keep them abreast of some of the thinking that is going on. I'm responsible for reducing the army, and therefore I've got to look at every possibility of how to do that.
The growing amount of injured personnel is clearly an issue for the army, and it's understood that once soldiers are as fully rehabilitated as they can be, they will face the same cuts as others. But the timing of this leaked memo is bad, and it's sure to have affected morale.
Oh, it's going to be bad news for the veterans. You just have to say that. And the rumour mills and the barrack room lawyers get going. I think there are a lot of commanding officers, OCs, commanding platoon sergeants, which must be on the case now to straighten this out.
The Army is still considering the criteria for Tranche 2, the next wave of redundancies. But misinformation about that is the last thing serving troops need. Jane Dougal, Sky News.